Hello everyone and welcome to the Sideboard at the Las Vegas Open Series featuring the Invitational. I'm Glenn Jones, joined by David McDarby.
Hello.
You made a long trip.
I did. Roanoke to Las Vegas, a couple miles, but I'm glad to be here. I love gambling and things, so perfect city for me. But I'm here to play Magic.
Yes, you've got a standard deck here that's, it looks a little bit like a few decks kind of mashed together.
The greatest hits of standard, if you will.
Yeah, we've got, a little bit of Pack Rat, all-star from the Mono Black Devotion deck. Everyone loves Pack Rat. We've got Night Veil Spectre, also good in that deck, also out of the Mono Blue Devotion deck. Then we have Master of Waves, another Mono Blue Devotion star, and then Blood Baron of Vizkopa, well known for his role in Esper and Black-White mid-range strategies. So really you've kind of moved all of these creatures into the mid-rangiest of the mid-range.
Yeah, I like to call it a mostly Demir Esper Devotion mid-range deck.
That's a great name. I'm sure the database will handle that one.
Yeah. So I wanted to play a mid-range deck that I didn't want to play Esper Control because I play that a whole lot and I've died to. You didn't have Verdict? I don't? Well, I'm dead. And I kind of wanted to have more fun and play the cards that people can't beat. You can't beat Pack Rat a lot of times. If you untap a Pack Rat, you just make if you read that article called Pack Rat ! By Z. Mousewitz, he talks about Pack Rat.
He does. I believe he mentions that it's sort of the best thing you can do on almost every turn, basically.
Yeah, so I wanted to play that card. Night Veil Spectre is kind of the glue that holds the deck together. He blocks other Night Veils, he adds Devotion to black or blue, and kind of just is a good creature all-around guy. Another card that a lot of times is unbeatable is Master of Waves. My Devotion count in this deck is not as high as in like Mono Blue, but if I follow Night Veil Spectre and Master, got a lot of dudes, and red decks are hard-pressed to beat a Master of Waves.
Yeah, and on the upside, you've got all these other creatures that can also win the game on their own, and you don't have to fill your deck with stuff like Cloudfin Rapper and Judge's Familiar.
Terrible creatures.
That are not great draws in the late game. They make those Jace Neg 2s a little unimpressive at times.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jace, you also have Jace.
Well, yeah, I have Jace, of course.
Form of card advantage, very powerful.
Yeah. How could I not run Jace?
Yeah, you didn't opt for Sphinx's Revelation, though, right?
I did not. It is a 26 land deck with no Sphinx Revelation. I don't have a lot of time. Like, I'm tapping out for guys every turn. And if I Rev's okay to unload sometimes, but I wanted to just keep applying threats and make them deal with these creatures. Like the other creature that we have before is Blood Baron of Vizkopa, another deck that Mono Black can't really beat that well. You play this, you're like, you have Devour Flesh with my Master Waves in play, so they can't be that good. So I just want to keep applying guys that are very hard for other people to beat, and Sphinx Revelation just didn't make the cut.
All right, fair enough. One of the big perks of playing this particular color combination is you get to play a removal spell that I personally am a big fan of, Dimir Charm.
Dimir Charm. Dimir Charm hits everything. It hits Pack Rat, it hits Night Veil Spectre, it hits Master of Waves, it hits Mutavault. Like, it kills pretty much everything you wanted to kill. The other modes are alright. Last round, I countered a Misery Mortars on my Blood Baron. Ooh. 7 mana, but stranger things have happened. And if we're both in the top decking war and I have a board advantage, I can just Dimir Charm you. Next turn, you're drawing nothing, in theory, unless I have like 3 good cards. You're drawing a land, and I hope I can keep that pressure with my good creatures into a victory. Sure,
that's the best index has ever been, I think, in a standard tournament these days. So moving to the sideboard, you've got more sweet creatures. My favorite, Sin Collector, great card. Really good considering the rise of Blue-White and Esper that's going on, and you've already kind of mentioned to me you had a little bit of a tough control match, so you're really leaning on
control is definitely I'm like an Esper deck, but is bad against other Esper decks and Blue-White decks. Verdict and Contingency are really bad for me. So Sin Collector is good because it comes down early, gets a spell, but the important part is if they have a Jace, they can't just like neg to him freely and wantonly. Like, I'm going to kill that Jace if they do that. Sure. So it lets me get some pressure in. It gets one of the cards, lets me see their hand, and hopefully my other hate Disruption Bears can give me a victory. The other Disruption Bear is Lifebane Zombie. Lifebane Zombie is fantastic. I really like it, especially now that this Boros deck is coming online. Because not only does it, usually strip a creature, admittedly they might just run out and be able to play underneath you, but also it lets you know when they have something like Brave the Elements. Which is a really good card to just know about. Or a Boros Charm or something like that. I am a mainly black deck, so Blood Baron is kind of problematic for me. Like, I've got some elemental tokens, but I can't block them that well. Lifebane Zombie gets them, as Lifebane Zombie gets mine. It goes both ways. But also, he's just hard to block. And in this deck, I've got little dinky dorks that do something, and I just gotta get the pressure in there and finish them off. Your spiciest creature, and another one that's excellent against control decks, also pretty good against, I think, the Mono Black Devotion deck. They have difficulty removing it. Notion Thief. Multicolored, more than 2 power, Flash. What's not to love? Well, no one will ever see it coming, hopefully. Let's hope so. And the thing about Thoughtseize, you can get their Sphinx's Revelation, but they might just draw another one. And so if they draw another one, you can bring this guy in, and you pretty much you win the game then.
Yeah, it's really difficult for them to set up a turn where they can have Sphinx's Revelation and
a
counter
removal
backup,
spell,
especially if you've got some actual
doing
decent
things.
pressure.
Yeah,
Night Veil Spectre being like I think the biggest amount of pressure you can leverage on them.
He gets things from Underworld Connections. We'll probably get one card. They'll probably kill it after that, but you can get something, get some pressure in there. You get it from Jace Memory Depth. He gets the cards that they draw from that. Just don't do it if they ultimate. You know, that's to be a lot of cards.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah, but he's also just a sweet, cool creature. You know, I might play him late, so who knows?
All right, well, you've also got one last card that I really like a lot. In the world of Night Veil Specters, Domestication is king.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, it gets Night Veil Spectre. It can get opponent's Master of Waves cards.
Very handy.
That's pretty good.
Especially if you've already cast yours. Also, you know, Domestication on the Spectre from the opponent. That's a lot of devotion.
That is a lot of
Master
devotion.
Real respectable.
Master gets bigger, yeah. And if things come to a pinch, they cast a Blood Baron. I can just grab the Blood Baron for a turn. Alpha swing. Hopefully they're dead.
With something like a pack rat, that's very realistic.
Yes, that is realistic.
You just have to have like maybe 7 mana, and that's about right for when Blood Baron starts really affecting games.
Yep.
All right, David. Well, the Invitational is already underway. I'm going to wish you luck in the remainder of your standard rounds.
I'm going to wish you luck in the remainder of your coverage career with Star City Games.
Oh, well, that's going to be a long and healthy one.
I'm sure it will be.
Thanks,
Thanks, Glenn.
Good luck.